5 anime that I'm ashamed I haven't watched, and that's Code Geass, Tokyo Ghoul, Soul Eater, Akira, and Death Note. And I know all these animes been out for 10, 15 years plus. I know Akira, I think Akira came out in the early 90s or late 90s or something like that. Death Note, early 2000s, Soul Eater, I think 2010s maybe. And the other ones, like, all within the last 10, 15 years, 20, some of them. But it's just like, I have really no excuse as to why I haven't watched these. I can't say it's time because I've been watching anime since what is it? Inuyasha used to come on TV on Adult Swim, and they don't even come on Adult Swim anymore. So I really don't know what come on Adult Swim. Oh well, Rick and Morty still do, I think. But anyway, but yeah, so it's been a long time since these came out, so there's really no excuse. Like, I will say with Death Note, I've been spoiled really bad. Like, I was just so it's crazy what happened really. So I was on Instagram looking at clips about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and somebody in the comments said, "Oh yeah, that death reminds me of what happened to this guy in Death Note." And that person. And what sucks is I read really fast. So before I even had a chance to swipe off, I already read what happened. And then I see other clips just confirming that, oh, that person really died. So that's one of the biggest reasons I'm like, what's the point? I know all the twists and turns. I know this person dies by this person. This person is actually this person, and that's the secret person. So it's just like it kind of killed any motivation to watch that. Like, any motivation to watch Death Note got ruined by that random guy on Instagram a couple, maybe 10 years ago, or seven. Not Instagram. No, yeah, Instagram. Online. I just say online. I don't know if it necessarily was Instagram or not. Blah blah blah. But any motivation to watch that got killed by that random person online for Death Note for sure. And Code Geass, like I said about Death Note, I have no excuse for that either. And I've seen the cool clips about I forgot. I think it's you pronounce his name Lelouch, something like that. And like I said, maybe you know what may have got me, which is embarrassing since I watched One Piece, is the length is the length of how long Code Geass is one of the reasons I never watched it. Like, I think I started it, watched like an episode or two, and just was like, dang, I still got like over 100 episodes to go. I'm like, eh. Granted, I mean, I was already like 600 episodes in on One Piece, so it really ain't no excuse as to why I ain't watched Code Geass. Cause I know he has Lelouch has some type of mind control powers or something, and he gets people to do his bidding, and he's manipulating whole countries and all that. So I know it's gonna be a good show with like crazy twists and turns. And I am blessed with that one. I have not been spoiled with that one yet. So that one, I'm like I said, my only spoiler is that he has powers, and I don't know if that's a big spoiler or not. If it is, what can I do? What can I say? It's an old show. When stuff is that old, oh, you know what? Too, that's another thing. This is a different tangent. When stuff is that old, you can't be mad when somebody spoils you on accident. It's like I just say with One Piece. Some of the stuff I know people is just now. A lot of people just now getting the anime. Too bad for this. So if you haven't watched One Piece, this is a spoiler. But when Ace died, that's like the biggest pivotal moment in that show, and that was, I think he died about 8 or 9 years ago. So, like you say, to me, you can't be mad about spoilers if you get spoiled on stuff that came out 10 plus years ago. Now, some came out last week, and you spoiling people, you a bad person. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to say Akira. Uh, I was watching all the old movies, like what's that one? What's that one? Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, all those came out around the same time, and I know Akira came out around that time as well. So again, I have no excuse as to why I haven't watched it. I will say it's one of those I don't really think about until somebody does that iconic motorcycle thing that I didn't know that actually Akira started that, and so much stuff actually drew inspiration, or I wouldn't even say drew inspiration, stole that. But let's just for the sake of the video, drew inspiration from whenever he does that 1 foot stop on his motorcycle. So, like you say, that's one I most definitely need to watch. That one I really have no idea what's gonna happen. What's that one about? I just know it's like a cyberpunk kind of world or something like that, or it's set before cyberpunk. It's it's something like that. So, like I said, I am. That's another one I'm blessed to not have spoilers with. So please, if you leave a comment, please don't spoil me. Tokyo Ghoul. Now, I've gotten some spoilers, but nothing crazy. I just know the main character gets his hair turns white and he gets tortured by like a I don't know some type of monsters or whatever. So like I said, I have no context as to what happened, so I can't really say. I guess it's a spoiler with no context. So I really don't think that's that bad of a spoiler, you ask me, because I don't know how it happened, what's gonna happen, who it happened to. So like I say, I'm just as lost as if I never watched the show. So that's another one. Like I say, that's another one I need to watch. I just haven't watched. Like I said, I have no excuse for not watching it. So it's just one of those I'm about to put on a list of stuff to watch. And finally, I want to say this one I most definitely need to watch now because I watched Fire Force season 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna come out with a video about Fire Force because the season 3, as much as I loved it, I hated the route they went with Tamaki. I hated that route. And I'm not the only one too. I've seen a lot of stuff on Reddit and all that stuff about it. So I'm gonna most definitely make a video about that. So yeah, I need to watch that because I didn't know that Fire Force actually wound up being a prequel to Soul Eater. So, like you say, well that's not it's a sort of a spoiler, not nothing crazy. You gotta know the context behind it. So I think that's like a season or two or three, something like that. So I'm gonna most definitely get into that for sure. I don't know when. Again, it's just gonna be on the list of things I need to watch. Well, now that I think about it, one of the reasons I didn't watch Soul Eater was I guess some of the characters they kind of look goofy a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to me, they looked a little goofy. But now that I've seen that they basically were created from okay, spoiler ahead. This is a spoiler. If you watch this far, this is a spoiler about Fire Force. Please stop the video if you watch this far. But basically, the people on Soul Eater were actually descendants of the world that Shinra recreated. So they all came from basically his imagination. So it makes sense to why they all look so wacky and crazy looking. So I think that was a really nice touch at the end of Fire Force. And like I said, I will be getting into the Tamaki situation because I really hated the way they went with that. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get into that another time, another video. Blah blah blah. But yeah, that's basically gonna be it for this video today. I mean, like I said, for these 5 anime, I have no excuse as to why I haven't watched them. I'll probably do an update video on what I think about them when I finally do watch them. So be on the lookout for that. So if you watched this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.